evening. I'm Michaelina Bamford. I'm a creative entrepreneur, the owner of Wolfalo Studio, and I am passionate about building community and connecting people through nature and art. And this is my community. About 60 years ago, Wildwood would have been considered the suburbs of Calgary. It has strong ties to the natural areas that surround us and an incredible history. We've got an amazing legacy of caring residents that contribute to the ongoing development and care of our facilities. And it's the reason that I'm still in my starter home 18 years later. One of the biggest spring events in Wildwood is the community cleanup. City Waste Management provides trucks and dumpsters for residents to dispose of unwanted materials from their homes and yards. Approximately 294 tons were gathered from communities last year. It's a great way to beautify and clean up neighborhoods, and some is recycled, but there's also a huge amount of waste that's going to our landfills annually. Around the same time, the community permaculture garden is starting to gear up for the season. Permaculture has a mandate of care for the earth, care for people, and fair share. And water is a huge component of the sustainability and vitality of the area. And as you can see here, it's also a huge component of the flooding and water drainage issues that are ongoing in our community. Last year, we actually had a few ducks that inhabited the puddles that were so huge around our hall last year. So, in seeing these, two endeavors happen around the same time in the same area, it made sense that we would be able to maybe reclaim some of these abundant raw materials that were coming in from the cleanup and use them to recreate something to engage and beautify and be useful in our garden and communal spaces. It was originally conceived as a traditional water wheel sculpture, and we've since developed it and evolved it to have even more community engagement and deeper meaning for the community. The need was now to find an artist that could combine all of these different components and unify them to make something. And in my mind, only one person stood out, and I'm honored to introduce the lead artist for the Wildwood Water Wheel, Mr. Lane Shorty.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Michaelina. So my name's Lane Shorty, and I'm primarily an installation artist. And some people call me a scavenger artist, but it just means that I'm devoted to using found materials rather than buying them. And when I was asked to come onto this project, I was meant to use the material collected from the community cleanup and transform it into this kinetic installation sculpture. And it would have a permanent place in this garden. So trying to solve the water issues, I designed this sculpture that would be both functional and playful. Its purpose would be to divert the rainwater from the community center into an underground reservoir. And the reservoir constantly moves water around, and it moves it in this spiraling effect, causing a whirlpool effect. And what this does is it adds oxygen and breaks up molecules so that the plants can easily absorb the water. So this revitalized water can be pumped up from the reservoir using this manual well pump, which really connects people to the activity of pumping water up and using manual energy rather than using electronic energy, which was one of the mandates of the community garden, was to eliminate all electricity. And so the rest of the sculpture, from the wind turbine to the wood mosaic platform, mimics the spiral motion of the water. And this spiral image is a recognizable symbol in nature, and it's a great metaphor for energizing communities. It will transform this empty area into a really active space. We will be hosting community workshops using recycled materials to create watering containers, which will allow people to pump up water, fill the containers, and move them around the garden, kind of connecting people with this vitality of the community and this really important natural resource. And so they'll also be asking we'll be also asking the community to write down their best intentions and their best wishes, and we'll be etching it on the inside of the tank. Kind of a gesture to the water and making it kind of like a time capsule, which is an essential part of the garden, flowing through everything. Flowing through everything and bringing us all together, plants, animals, and people. Thank you.